Going out of stock on Amazon FBA can feel scary, especially for beginners. But it's not the end of the world. In fact, it can happen to the best of us. Surges in demand, especially in Q4, or some supply delays, can lead to being out of stock. Even a short stockout can impact your listing rankings and also sales. But remember that this situation is recoverable. I personally experienced a stockout during the Q4, the busiest season. At the beginning, I panicked, but it turned out to be a valuable learning experience for me. Now I know what to do, like when you get out of stock, and what to do after when you get back in stock. And the key here is to stay calm and just follow a plan.
So when your product is unavailable, Amazon may lower your visibility. You may also lose your ranking for the keywords that you ranked. You may also lose the bestseller rank if you had one.
So the longer the stockout, the more significant the impact will be. If the stockout is like just temporary from 7 to 10 days, then it will have a less of an impact. Many sellers have recovered their ranking and also sales after restocking. You may have to do like a second launch after being out of stock. But with the right strategy, you will regain momentum. So now I will share with you what to do when you get out of stock and also what to do after when you get back in stock. These are all based on my own experiences and also what other sellers are trying to do. So when you find out you are out of inventory or you are soon to be, take these steps to minimize damage and also prepare for a comeback. Number 1, replenish inventory ASAP. This might sound obvious, but the first thing you need to do is to contact your supplier immediately. Ask them to prepare a rush order for you and also to remember to ship your product this time by air, so it's much faster. I know it will be more expensive, but the longer you are out of stock, the worse it is. So it's best to pay for air shipping, maybe more expensive, but this way you are back in stock quicker. In my case, I learned on my own mistakes that I need to place the reorders earlier, especially in the busy season, to avoid being out of stock in the busy season. So if you run pay-per-click advertising, and you should, then you should pause it. When you are out of stock, at the beginning when you're out of stock, you should pause your pay-per-click advertising or just limit your spend. Because if your Amazon listing is out of stock, then it's no point driving traffic to your listing, right? Why pay for the ads if no one can buy your product? So pause your campaigns or maybe significantly lower the bids. Number 3, turn off any coupons or promotions that you have on your listing. You don't want shoppers seeing a promotion on the item that they want, but they can't buy it because it's out of stock. Number 4, set a restock date to enable the back orders. So Amazon allows you to set a future restock date on your listing when you are temporarily out of stock. In Seller Central, you can mark temporarily out of stock and specify the in-stock date. And this activates the back order status. So customers can buy your product even if you are out of stock, and they will just receive it later when you are in stock. And if you have an inbound shipment on the way, then this feature is extremely useful. Number 5, consider FBM, so fulfilled by merchant, as a backup. So if you have some additional units outside of Amazon in another fulfillment centers, then list your products as fulfilled by merchant, so you can keep selling in the meantime. And it will help maintain some sales and also your bestseller rank. Even if you have like a really small stock in those FBM, in those fulfillment centers, then those sales can keep the listing alive. Just make sure that you can ship those orders quickly, so you keep the metrics in good shape. Number 6, you can also close your listing when you are just going out of stock. So some sellers close or deactivate their listing just before they go out of stock. So this sends Amazon a signal that you will not get out of stock like suddenly, but you are deliberately closing your listing. Amazon algorithm might treat a paused listing more gently than if you just go to zero in your stock. Just remember to reactivate listing when you have inventory back in stock. Number 7, communicate to your customers if possible. So if you have like an email list or you have social media accounts, tell your customers that you are temporarily out of stock and when you expect to be back in stock. By taking these steps, you are minimizing the immediate losses and also setting the stage for when you are back in stock. So now I want to share with you some tips on what to do when you are back in stock to help with your rankings and also sales. So when you're back in stock, you should treat it almost like a new product launch. So number 1, relaunch with aggressive pay-per-click campaigns. Run aggressive campaigns targeting your main keywords. Increase your daily budget and also bids to drive traffic to your listing. Use sponsored product ads and also even sponsored display or sponsored brand ads. This will maximize your visibility and also help your organic ranking faster. So you want to send a signal to Amazon that your sales are picking up again. So in my experience, I temporarily, like for 2 to 3 weeks, I spent more on ads. I had a little bit higher ACOS at the beginning, like 40%, just to kick those sales back and just to have more sales. And then I optimized my campaigns after those 3 weeks, and I got back to like 20, 30 ACOS. Number 2, offer promotions and coupons to boost your sales. So these are an excellent way to recover from stockout. A surge of sales from your coupon, from your deals, not only improves your conversion rate, but also signals to Amazon that your product is popular again. So consider offering like 5 to 10% coupon. Just make sure that it's financially viable for you, so calculate all your profit margins after offering the coupon. Number 3, reset your price strategically. So this means that you might have to lower the price to be more competitive for a little while, just to make sure that you have more sales and you improve the conversion rate, and to also to signal to Amazon that your product is now back in stock and it's getting sales. So when I got back in stock after being out of stock, I temporarily lowered my price of my product of like a couple dollars. So this way I can be lower, I can have lower price than my competitors just for a little while when you relaunch your product again. Number 4, optimize and refresh your listing. So take this opportunity to review your product listing. Make sure your images are the best they can be. Make sure your title and bullet points and also description are optimized for keywords. If there are any issues with your listing, fix them now, because higher conversion rate will also aid in your ranks, in having your rank higher on Amazon. But avoid any drastic changes, avoid any changes that might just make your listing weaker. Just do some small little tweaks. Number 5, double check your inventory settings. So as you restock, ensure that your fulfillment settings are correct. So if you previously fulfilled by merchant for a little while, then turn to fulfilled by Amazon. Also, don't forget to reactivate your listing if you closed it for a little while. Also, make sure that you have enough units in stock for your relaunch, okay? Don't open the listing and don't reactivate the listing if you have like only, 50 units available and you had the sales velocity of 40 units a day before, right? Before going out of stock. Because this way you will just be out of stock again and this will hurt your listing even more. So just make sure that you have enough stock when you turn on the pay-per-click ads, when you turn on your listing again. Make sure you have enough stock in your inventory. Number 6, monitor your competitors. Check on your competitors. So while you are out of stock, maybe some new competitors emerged, okay? Maybe the competitors gained more reviews than you. So use this to adjust your strategy. You might need to differentiate your offer. You might need to step up the marketing if the market has become more competitive during your downtime. Maybe think of some bundling, like if you have other products that you can sell, maybe think of creating a bundle, like offer cheaper price if they buy 2 of your products. And the last one is provide great customer experience. If it's FBA, then Amazon will handle the shipping, but ensure that your product is the greatest quality and also that the packaging is excellent. Early sales after the restock should usually lead to positive reviews. And if any customers messaged you about previous stockout, then respond politely and perhaps also offer a small discount to maintain a goodwill. So think of it as a relaunch. You want Amazon and also your customers to know that you are back in stock. So now I want to tell you what to expect, how your ranking can change. And even I know with the best efforts, your ranking will still drop. So it's important to have right expectations from the start, so you are not get caught off guard with the results of your stockout. So number one, you will obviously get lower sales, so you will lose your sales and also you lose your rank. So if your product had bestseller rank, then you will lose it. Also, your organic keyword ranking will suffer. You might go back to page 18 or 20, right? Also remember that the longer the stockout, the longer the recovery. If it's only a few days, then it's not such a big deal, okay? You might drop just a little bit and the comeback will be easier. But if you are out of stock for a couple of weeks or more, then you could lose all your keyword rankings, okay? You could also lose all your bestseller rank. So one industry source that I read mentioned that when you're out of stock for longer than 28 days, your product essentially has to start from scratch in terms of ranking. So that's tough, but it's not impossible, okay? If you made it, if you launched your product before and you had successful launch, then you can do it again, okay? Believe in yourself. You just have to know that you will need to do stronger pay-per-click. So expect also some dip in reviews velocity. So if your product was gathering views steadily, then being out of stock will mean that you will get less reviews. But also when you relaunch, it means that you will have the reviews that you had earlier. So you won't need to start from scratch with the reviews. You will still have the reviews that people left when you were back in stock. And also emotional impact. So it's worth noting the emotional roller coaster that you will go through. So I remember that first I panicked, then I was really frustrated with myself for a long time. For 1 week, I was getting angry all day with myself that I didn't expect it to be I didn't expect to be out of stock. So know that all these emotions are normal. So the most important thing that you can learn from this experience is to improve your inventory management going forward. So maybe reorder your inventory earlier. Maybe prepare an Excel sheet with how many units you have in stock, with how long you think it will last, and when to place an order for your inventory. So after my Q4 stockout, I started this Excel sheet where I have all the information I need to know when I need to reorder my inventory. I also diversified my shipping methods. So some of the units I ship by air, some of the units I ship by sea, so that I make sure that this will not happen again to my inventory. Summing up, running out of stock can be painful, but remember that it's a setback, it's not the end of the world, okay? By taking quick action during the stockout and also executing a solid recovery plan when you are back in stock, you can revive your listing performance. I regained my organic ranks quite quickly when I got back in stock with the strong and aggressive pay-per-click advertising, and also with the coupons that I used, also with lowering my price. So it's doable, you can do it. Also take this experience as learning opportunity. So as I told you, just make sure that it doesn't happen again. So I hope my experience and these tips will help you if you run out of stock. And if you are new to selling on Amazon, I have a special tutorial series that I prepared for you teaching you how to sell on Amazon. If you want that, I have a link in the description. Bye and take care.